Unni asked his grandmother.
Grandma, when Dasharatha died, none of his four sons were beside him, right? How did Sri Rama learn about his father's death?
Grandma said, "The words of sages and ascetics always come true. The whole of Ayodhya began mourning the loss of their king. On Vashishta's instructions, the king's body was placed inside an oil boat." Unni asked,
Why did they do that, Grandma?
"So that the body does not start decomposing." His sons had yet to return. After his body was preserved, a messenger was sent to the land of Kaikeyi to bring Bharata and Shatrughna back. When the news was broken to their uncle, Kaikeyi's brother, he immediately made arrangements for the two princes to return to Ayodhya. He did not, however, reveal to them the news of their father's death. Bharata's and Shatrughna's minds became unsettled. Bharata started imagining the worst, that some danger had befallen his father and two brothers. They rode their horses home swiftly. When they entered Ayodhya, they noticed that it was eerily silent and desolate, with no sign of merriment. Fear and sorrow entered Bharata's mind. Even the palace seemed shorn of its vibrant glory. As soon as he reached the palace, Bharata rushed to Kaikeyi's quarters. She hugged him joyfully and asked him about the happenings in Kaikeyi. Bharata interrupted her and asked, "Where is my father? He is always with you." Kaikeyi replied, "Your father has ascended to the heavens, but you need not fear. I have worked everything out for your benefit." Bharata was greatly anguished to hear the news of his father's demise. He asked, "Mother, what did my father say at the time of his death?" As he took his last breath, the king was lamenting, "Rama, Rama, Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, Sri Rama." Puzzled by Kaikeyi's answer, Bharata asked, "Why? Why did he cry out for them? Wasn't my elder brother beside him?" In response to his distraught questions, Kaikeyi told him about the two boons that the king had promised her in the battlefield. She had asked for Sri Rama to be banished to the forest for 14 years and told him that Sita and Lakshmana had followed him. The second boon that she had asked for and received from the king was that Bharata should be crowned king of Ayodhya. She said, "He honored his promise to make you king of Ayodhya. You will now be crowned the ruler. My son has received what he deserves. Rejoice in this." Inflamed by anger, Bharata started yelling at his mother, "Oh, cruel woman! Rakshasi! Merciless creature! I have become a sinner because I have been born from your womb. I am going to take my own life. You will go to hell for your cruel and base deeds." Unable to bear his anguish, Bharata ran crying to Kaushalya's quarters. She hugged Bharata and said with tears in her eyes, "I know that it is Narayana himself who has been born as my son. Nevertheless, his fate grieves me." Prostrating before Mother Kaushalya, Bharata said, "O Mother, I swear that I have no part in this horrible act. Mother Kaikeyi acted of her own accord to thwart the coronation of Sri Rama." Kaushalya consoled him, "My son, no harm will come to you." She embraced him once more. Those present could not help crying at this pitiable sight. Sage Vashishta consoled Bharata and Kaushalya.
How did sage Vasishta console Bharata and Kaushalya? How did he give hope to two of them lamenting over Dasharatha's death?
He offered them the following words of advice. The king passed away only after discharging all his royal responsibilities. He had also enjoyed all the privileges and pleasures of the position. This worldly life is insignificant. The eternal truth is the Supreme Self, the Paramatma. This body will perish, but the self dwelling within the body is imperishable. It is not born, nor does it die. The self in the king now dwells in his heavenly abode, along with the devas. Therefore, calm your mind, control your sorrow, and make preparations for the cremation of the king's body. Bharata performed all the prescribed rituals as instructed by Vashishta. As part of the rituals, he donated cows, villages, jewels, and clothes to Brahmins. Even while doing so, he was absorbed in thoughts of Sri Rama. Vashishta summoned Bharata and Shatrughna to the palace court. In the presence of the ministers and select citizens of Ayodhya, he announced, O Bharata, this land of Ayodhya has been given to you in order to honor King Dasharatha's word to Kaikeyi. Therefore, we have decided to crown you king of Ayodhya without further delay. May all good come to you. Children, in this story, we see that Bharata was not tempted by the power and position which he could have had if he had accepted the throne and become king. His mind was always centered on his beloved Rama. Amma says that when our love for God becomes very strong, all the bad tendencies that we have will drop away. What happens when we try to take a boat and row it in a different direction to the water current? Uni replied,
It won't move, Grandma. Or sometimes, if the current is very strong, it might capsize. Maybe we will even fall out.
That is right, Uni. But if we put a sail onto the boat, it will move easily in any current. Love for God is like a sail that helps the boat go forward. Because of Bharata's love, he was able to overcome the temptations of the world and head to the forest to look for Rama. We will see tomorrow whether he finds him.